How was your trip down to Texas?
Piece of cake. We had a beautiful airplane and charter flight. It sure is nice to travel first class. It's we're very fortunate. It's pretty nice to be able to travel the way we do. So everything was fine. Got a great hotel and they're taking good care of us. And we've been here before. We feel right at home here.
We talked last week about the team going through exams this past week. How did they do with that, and how much practice did you get in?
Well, we didn't get very much practice. We practiced on Sunday, or we just had meetings on Sunday after the game, and then Monday we practiced. Came back and practiced yesterday. I should say Friday after the last term end exam, and then we practiced again yesterday morning before flying down here to Texas, and just got done with a workout today at a local high school. So not a whole lot of work, but we're making strides.
And Coach, what will you work on in the couple of days you have before the bowl game on Wednesday at TCU?
Well, obviously we want to be healthy going into the game, so we're going to try not to beat them up in the next couple of days. Tomorrow will be a pretty slow day. Really, a lot of learning and teaching, and a big mental day to make sure that our assignments are sound, and whether it's defense or offense or special teams, that we're prepared to do the things we need to. And then the day before the game, we'll pick up the pace a little bit, and again, just really hone in on those fundamentals and try to be ready to play on Wednesday night.
Any key message points you have for the team, or key areas of you want them to prepare on just in the couple of days you have to work?
We really just are genuinely trying to improve, try to be a better team than we were yesterday, and work on assignment and fundamentals. We've not ever played a perfect game, so it's okay to strive for that. We want to get closer to that. Try to play as well as we're capable of playing. I think that's the message. Just try to be the best we've been all year.
Thank you, Coach.
Coach, Jacoby Buchanan, sort of from the St. Louis area. I was sort of curious what he's meant to your team this year, and just sort of how you've seen him grow since he was a freshman when he wasn't playing so much, and now he's seems to be taking on a larger role.
Well, if you watch us play, you can see what a big part of our offense he is and how important he is to our team. He's a guy that has played so far his entire career without a negative yardage play, and that's pretty impressive. So I think it says a lot for his ability and just the power he has when he runs. Our guys have a lot of faith in him, and our coaches certainly do. And he means a lot to our team. I'm glad we're going to have him for a couple more years.
What's something about him that maybe people don't know, or something that about him that, if you're, maybe just about his character, or something about football that people maybe don't know about him, if they were to watch?
I don't know. He's just a very jovial kid. Everybody genuinely likes him. He's got a great personality. He runs like a ton of bricks when he's in there with the ball, and is a real bruiser as a player, but he's not like that as a person. He's just a very nice young man, and very polite, and very, I don't know if happy-go-lucky is the term, but he's certainly closer to that than somebody that walks around mad at the world. He seems to enjoy life and enjoy being a part of the team.
And I guess the last thing I was sort of wondering is when you're preparing for a team like Mizzou, who sort of hasn't said who they're playing at quarterback, how have you sort of approached, I guess, your defensive scheme against a team like that, where there's a little bit of uncertainty coming in?
They're talented enough in every area that we can't really get into one quarterback or another quarterback. Just really trying to have a defense that's prepared to defend them in general. They've got a great running game, a great running back, and he can't do that all by himself. That takes other people, and they do a lot formationally with different personnel groups and unbalanced sets, and they give us a lot to prepare for. So we're just trying to work through that and have our guys ready in really what is a short week. It's not because we had final exams last week, we can't take advantage of all that extra time to prepare. And so we're going to be challenged just to have our guys ready to go. And we've got a really good staff, and I know they're doing a good job trying to pare things down for them so that our players can try to play fast and play really hard.
Any others for Coach?
Coach, yeah, just ask you about a couple of the Missouri players that stand out. Their quarterback, Connor Bazelak, 246 out of 377, 231 yards a game. And then the running back, Tyler Beatty, 16 TDs, a senior, 133 yards a game, 1,600 yards this year. They've got some offensive players.
They do, and he's got receivers to throw to, and they're very big on the offensive line. They're well coached. Coach Drinkwitz's done a great job there, and got a lot of respect for him and the job he's done offensively as an offensive coordinator, and winning the league at App State the year he was there. And so they're going to give us plenty to work on and plenty to defend. And as you know, we got to be in the right place and have guys positioned where they need to be. And hopefully we do a good job with our fundamentals, coverage and tackling and defeating blocks and those kinds of things.
Coach, what do you see in the Missouri defense? Would they have seen an option offense team, anything that looks like Army during the regular season?
Well, most people don't play an offense like ours unless they play in a conference with a team like us. So there's not really anything for us to draw from, but there's enough option principles in what a lot of other teams are doing that we can speculate and hope we're right. And it's really kind of a guessing game for us as to how they will exactly line up to us. But it forces us to kind of be very broad in our approach and be ready to block any defense that they may line up in.
Coach, any thoughts on just you've been there before at the Armed Forces Bowl at TCU at the stadium there, won twice. Does that help at all? I mean, maybe some more of the coaches, and I don't know if you have many players who were in that game against Houston.
We've got a couple of seniors that traveled, but that was it. Obviously, that was the 2018 season, and we had a very veteran-laden team, a lot of juniors and seniors playing in that game, and of course, we had an outstanding year that year. So not a lot of freshmen playing in that game. So there's very, very few guys here that experienced that game down here. But it's a first-class bowl game. Brant Wrangler and his staff here at the Armed Forces Bowl just do a tremendous job, and we feel very welcomed here. It is, it's a great town and a great sports town here, Dallas-Fort Worth. It's a beautiful hotel. There's a fantastic downtown area for our guys to be able to kind of walk around, and that's not something they get to do all the time when we're at West Point. The academic, just the responsibilities they have to class and football, and so it's really just a nice event for them, and something they get to share together and do together, and hopefully we'll play well and give ourselves a chance to win. And if we do, then it's going to be a terrific memory for these guys.
And Coach, it's good when you're in Texas because you can draw fans from many of the Army bases, from Fort Sill in Oklahoma all the way down to Fort Hood and some other bases. That's got to be a big positive for the team.
Oh, I absolutely think so. And the last time we were here, I think there were 25,000 Army fans or more. And what was unique, we played Houston, so they had a lot of fans from here in Texas, obviously, and it was a great crowd. And I hope it'll be the same this week. I hope that there'll be a lot of Army fans, and I'm sure Missouri will travel well and have a good number of fans there as well. So we're looking forward to the opportunity to play a great team from a great conference and finish our season hopefully on a high note.
Thanks, Coach.